Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
On 1st down, Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Throwing is Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And they'll run again. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football. He does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
He will return this from deep in the end zone, and a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
As always, no rooting interest here. But that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else, right?
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, Leach. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Malik Neighbors.
Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Giants are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's caught. Here's Langford. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
To about the 35, second down. You talk about this Giant defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
From the 35, here's second down and 7. They go play action with Hurts.
And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And the Eagles have recovered. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big. That's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This will be caught at about the 5. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Well, you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Hurts.
This will be caught just inside the 10. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On 1st down, Leach.
That one taken in by Neighbors.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Now a 2nd and 6.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Looking to throw on second down. Leach. Touchdown, Giants. Daniel Bellinger. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker. Sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Now the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now fourth down.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken inside his own 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They go play action here on first down. His throw incomplete.
The Giants at 10-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done. Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air, never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Back to throw again.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Catch made by Slayton. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
This complete to Langford. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
New York's offense back out there and set to go.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on 1st down. Leach. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Being chased out left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Looking to throw. Leach. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger
with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Second down. Here's Hurts.
Man open left side is Brown. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Over the middle to Smith. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Goes right back to Smith again. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he'll take this down to the 44-yard line. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, and it's the Cowboys who are out in front. Dak Prescott light.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
To about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
This will be fielded at the 17.
13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Throwing to start the drive. Leach. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, Leach, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. The throw over the middle, taken in. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And quickly they get to the line. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Back to throw. Leach. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. On first down, Leach. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, they'll run. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 25. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down. Leach. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Leach. Touchdown, Giants. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeaux in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
The Eagles on 3rd down.
They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10.
That is caught.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. In motion left goes Smith.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw on 2nd down. Leach. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Leach.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Leach. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Malik Neighbors.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And that is incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to take over in great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Back to throw. Leach to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until...
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice. Obviously, your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Giants, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Eagles, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.